What's good, YouTube world? It's Coffee. Tapping back in with another one, y'all. And you see we're over here on the brother of star rapper of the game's Instagram page, none other than Big Fase 100. Now, for the fans of the game, people stay tapped into the albums, the music, what's going on. We've seen Game and Big Fase go back and forth over the years, man. And it's been quite messy, right? Like, I thought, at one point, early on, we seen them, like Big Fase was in the videos, he was in the documentary, like the documentary DVD that came with the documentary, the bonus content, bonus disc and all that. He was in the videos. Then next thing you know, they fall out. There's disses going back and forth. You know what I mean? Then we saw more recently, or then over the years, it looked like they were good again. Like when that Compton TV series came out, Big Fase and the Game were together. So it looked like they had ironed out their differences. Then when the last album dropped, or was it even the last album? I don't even know. But the Born to Rap project, which I believe, Game done said he done retired and unretired like 3 or 4 times. Like, even including now. It seemed like he had been, like, he retired again that time, and now he's been, putting social media posts up with him, AB, the Game, Kanye West, or the Game, he is the Game. Y'all know what I'm saying, but talking about he's got a project coming with Hit Boy. So it's, I don't know, that's a whole nother story. But on the Born to Rap project, it got extra messy when the Game was dissing his brother and talking about who paid for their father's funeral and all kinds of issues. It's just been a wild situation, a wild scene. Well, more recently, the Clubhouse sessions on a daily basis from Clubhouse 100, WACK 100, have been, and that, yeah, peep this too, for anyone who's like, yo, people just be talking about whatever. I mean, it's the internet. People put out content speaking on different artists and different things of that nature. Look at WACK 100. Every day he's on there on Clubhouse, tapped into someone else's ish that's going on. Like the situation with Roddy Ricch that was just going on, and everything else. You know what I mean? It's the age of that kind of content, it seems. You know what I mean? And I always let y'all know, Jay Coffee is simply an internet nerd. Just, putting out my little podcasts and whatnot. So hit the comments and let me know what y'all think. But WACK 100 did a Clubhouse that, was going type viral, where he was talking ish about JT, the Bigga Figga, who was instrumental in the early stages of Rapper the Game's career. He was basically saying JT was stupid. He sold all that he had regarding the Game, like the albums, over to Koch Records, which is now defunct, or it may be E1 now. You know what I mean? But it was like where we saw a lot of heavyweights of the independent hip hop world put out their music. You know what I'm saying? Dipset, many others. You know what I mean? But anyways, after that, JT, the Bigga Figga, came out and told his whole side of the story, and was going at WACK and was going at Game. But one thing he got to talking about was the Black Wallstreet, and we're gonna talk a little bit about that here as Big Fase is blogging on it in his latest social media post. You seen he put up the Black Wallstreet chain. What's it say? Live for everything. Live for everything, die for nothing, right? And I don't know, man. It's been wild. Like, no one who was ever on Black Wallstreet, like the most the Game ever did, was drop mixtapes. You know what I mean? And which it is what it is. You know what I mean? If you're an artist on the come up trying to get on, any co-sign or collabs you can get with a platinum artist who's putting up crazy numbers is a plus for your career. You know what I mean? And you gotta do your grind and network and do, you know what I mean? But it was just always wild. I didn't understand why the Game was repping this movement in this label and then not doing anything with any of these artists. And we saw artists diss the Game, and step away. Like, for instance, Compton Menace, who we've seen reemerge on the Clubhouse, on the scene with Clubhouse, tapping in about his squash beef with 40 Glock. After we saw 40 Glock and WACK have their little confrontation back and forth. But we'll talk more about it in a moment. But peep what Big Face put. He said around 2002, I started pushing my brother's mixtape out my trap and hand to hand with everyone I knew or came in contact with. The untold story. That was the beginnings for me and what developed into a movement called the Black Wallstreet that would become known worldwide. We pushed hard for the movement, and that push was rewarded on January 18th, 05, when the documentary was released. Hip hop history was made that day. So it seems, Big Face 100 here. At times we see him take shots back at the game. Like I said, it's just wild the way it goes with these guys. That their family and that we've seen their back and forth and their family issues play out on the internet, on in the media, in the music, on the albums and all that. It's just wild. But in this situation here, Big Face ain't taking no shots at the game or anything. It seems he's just reminiscing on his journey, you know what I mean, and just putting out there how he helped try to get the mixtape out around the way. He said at his trap, just trying to rep for his little brother and help get his name out there. And a lot of people, it's wild. Like we just saw, like I was saying, we saw all that with Roddy Ricch, with WACK100 on the Clubhouse app, and it's like politics from their neighborhood. Yo, is you really from here? I'm rocking with this guy. I paid for these individuals' lawyers. Well, yo, you ain't cool with this guy, but then, is this person really cool with this person? Who's where's the money going down? You know what I mean? It just seems wild the way, but it all falls apart in a sense. You know what I mean? But that's we already know that's the way it goes when money comes into play, whether it's in the hip hop world, the business world, whatever it is. When big checks start coming in, and different individuals who are on the scene, are trying to count up their dividends, and it ain't looking the way they feel it should, or certain people feel like they're getting cut out the picture, or different people are cutting other people's throats or whatever. It just gets messy. But, it seemed early on, though, Big Face had a lot to do with help pushing the game's career. And all in all, it was a shame seeing them fall out. Y'all let me know what you guys think about it. But, Pete, this guy says facts, Black Wallstreet, Blue Division, the foundation, the beginning. I saw it all. Insider. Bitch, you making the hair on my arm raise. Good times. Black Wallstreet, Brazil Street. I don't know, yo. Tap in with your thoughts on all that. But what I wanted to speak on here regarding what I was saying about, first off, too, guys, comment and let me know what you thought about the Untold Story projects. You know what I mean? That him and JT, the Bigga Figga, recorded and all that. Let me know your thoughts on that music and that whole situation. But what's wild is JT. All right. So first off, the Black Wallstreet. I have video out on my main channel regarding that horrific tragedy, very just horrible situation. Some refer to it almost as like, I don't even want to use that word. We'll just say a very tragic event in American history that is just basically, in a sense, like been denied, and people try to act like never happened. And then more recently, we saw these hidden graves uncovered, and it's just wild, man. It's a terrible situation, but it actually was finally picked up by the major media. Omar from The Wire, who we saw pass away. He did narrated a special about it. So but that's a whole nother story, like I said. But anyways, JT, the Bigga Figga, said that he met the game at a conference, with the Honorable Minister Farrakhan, would hold a hip-hop summit with Russell Simmons on an annual basis. And that's where he saw the game and tapped in with him based on, the game's. He was just feeling the game style, that the game was from the West Coast. He could flow. He said he was sounding like Shine, rapping like he was from the East Coast, but like he threw the Fabulous name out there as well. Just he was feeling the way he had, like, you know what I mean? It was the best of both worlds when it came to the style, swag, and flow between the West and East Coast. And comment as well, y'all. That early game, a lot of it sounded like Shine Poe, didn't it? It's kind of wild, too, that the game and Shine have a bit of a history. Maybe we should do a video on that. You know, everything from the early stages to the beef, all that. Jump in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about that. But in the end, with this Black Wallstreet name, it's kind of wild, right? Because JT, the Bigga Figga, said how he got that idea from working with the Honorable Minister Farrakhan to, you know, push a movement behind the Black Wallstreet name. And then that the game decided to carry it on. And then, you know, he was just saying in the end, he didn't really respect the way the game went because he took that name and that movement, you know, that JT, the Bigga Figga, originally said, yo, I'm going to push this movement. The game took it, you know, with his blessings and pushed it. And it was supposed to be in the name of uplifting each other. And in the end, the game didn't uplift anyone, according to JT, the Bigga Figga. You know what I mean? And then later on, we seen Black Wallstreet change to Money Gang, then Blood Money, ENT. But all in all, nothing more than mixtapes has ever come out. You know what I mean? None of those artists, I don't think, ever really got on like that. I could be tripping, but it was just wild. I just don't understand. Like, for instance, the game has a project called Blood Money, or Year of the Wolf, Blood Moon, or something like that. And it was originally supposed to be a compilation project. And in the end, it turned out to be a game album with a few features on it. It kind of almost reminded me of the way Jay-Z did the Rock La Familia project, that in the beginning, it was supposed to be a, you know what I'm saying? It was supposed to be a compilation album, and it came out as a Jay-Z solo project. So just with all this being said, I wanted to know what everyone thinks about this. You know, seeing Big Face put up this and reminiscing on that he was a part of the Black Wallstreet as well. It's just kind of crazy, you know, that what the name in the movement was started from. And RIP and thoughts out to anyone in that whole tragedy. Like I said, that is a crazy story all in all that a lot of people just are unaware of that happened right here in America. You know what I mean? I used to see a lot of people comment regarding the name of games movement being Black Wallstreet and saying, yo, I don't know if you should have took this name. But in the end, a lot of people said, well, you know, as long as people can prosper behind it, you know what I mean? But in the end, it didn't really work out that way. So what do y'all think about this? You know, and Big Face was someone who was involved in the movement as well. And, you know, in the end, the game kind of just took it as his own, and it kind of fizzled out and died out. What do y'all think about it? Jump in the comments. Let's discuss it all below. J Coffee Talk signing out. Stay tuned. Subscribe to the channel. Lots more content coming. And I'm gone.